Couple. I'm Bryant.
I'm Elanda.
And we're back again. This is part 2 to the video with Jussie Smollett and R. Kelly. And now we're going to get into the R. Kelly indictment. He was recently charged or indicted on 10 counts of aggravated sexual abuse, which is a Class 2 felony.
Ladies and gentlemen, they got him.
Well, they seem to have charged him.
They got him.
They seem to have charged him. There are multiple agencies working together, Chicago PD, the FBI, the IRS. I think they're doing a full court press on R. Kelly right now. Homeland Security, wow. It's amazing how things have progressed in the last few months. Some would say it was all due to the Surviving R. Kelly series. I think it did shed a new light on what we have all kind of understood what was going on or heard tale or rumor about. And the Surviving R. Kelly series kind of, really turned the light up and the heat on R. Kelly. And some of these district attorneys and other prosecutors have, I guess, maybe been embarrassed that this kind of thing has went on within their jurisdiction for so long, and they've done nothing about it. But they seem to have got on the case real quick, and here we are, just a few months past the Surviving R. Kelly series, and he's indicted.
Yeah, he turned himself in today, or early this morning. And what I have to say about this is, it's long overdue. He spent better half of 20-something years sexually abusing, harassing, mind control of little girls. Because when you sum it up, they were little girls. And this latest video, or matter of fact, they have 2 videos that were released, and 1 video that they hadn't released yet, but will be released soon. In this latest video that they're talking about, some of the things that they talk about that he did, it's just disgusting.
Cringeworthy. It's cringeworthy.
Disgusting. So I believe that they're gonna get him this time. I believe that the people that he paid off last time are not the same people of this time, because number one, he don't have the money and the resources like he did before, and number 2, they have more against him this time. So something's gonna stick. Something's gonna stick. Now, they got people who are cooperating. Did I say?
Yeah.
Cooperating with him. You have Michael Avenatti, which is the attorney for some of the victims, come out and he did a press conference, and he talked about how he had at least 6 of the victims and the parents of the victims that are on his team. He described some of the things that Robert Kelly is being charged with, and I don't know how to say this, but I'm just glad, like, he finally gonna get his day. Now, how much time he does, that's the question, but he will do time. He will do time. He will do time. He will do time.
I'm waiting to see, because at first, like when the news dropped on yesterday, what they were going to come out with, they were going to, announce the charges. And today is what's the day?
Today is the 23rd.
23rd. And so February 22nd, all of the rumors started in the afternoon about these charges are going to come out against R. Kelly, and sure enough, they followed through with the announcement of the 10 counts against him. And I was waiting to hear, I think what he's done is, it amounts to more than what the charges sounds like. But I'm not a legal expert, so I can't say what he should have been charged with or whatever. Cause I know sometimes when you overcharge, an alleged person or person that you allege did a crime, you overcharge them, then you end up with not guilty or whatever. So maybe that's part of her, the strategy of the district attorney was to go with charges that she believed, 100% that she can get him convicted on. But I mean, you already see what the bail announced today. Like yesterday, they were talking no bond, and he wasn't going. But bail's been announced, $1 million. Like, I'm sure R. Kelly can scrape up $100,000 some kind of way and end up getting out of jail until trial comes or whatever. But I guess the questions that still linger for me is, those folks that was around him, that was helping him, conceal some of the stuff he was doing, those people who had actual knowledge, some of the people who recorded or kept the recordings or kept the women in line, all of those people, the enablers, as they're called. Like Amonetti said, he's representing two people that he called, quote unquote, whistleblowers that were have inside knowledge for 20 years. And if you inside knowledge of a crime for 20 years, you don't sound like a whistleblower to me. You sound like an accessory. Yeah. But then again, that's just my opinion. So I think that's the other part that I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for the other shoe to fall to see exactly who else gets charged. Who else are they going to bring in? Because R. Kelly did what he did, or alleged to have done, but he had help and accomplice. Well, they say it's on tape. I'm at this point now. I don't know when I got to this place, but I never jump ahead anymore because America has shown me jumping ahead really don't pan out for you. Like, I think I know what's going to happen, but I'm not sure of what's going to happen. Because anything can happen in this country. Donald J. Trump is the president, so you can't tell me you know what's going to happen because we don't know what's going to happen. I think they got a vast list of charges, and when you bring in that FBI, like 6ix9ine them found out, like that FBI ring your number, you don't oftentimes jump off that hook. Like, you don't really get off that hook. Once the FBI get involved, you pretty much, your goose is cooked at that point. Yeah. But we'll see. We'll see. I think I do agree with you that at some point, especially after the surviving R. Kelly, that it seemed like he was just, people were okay with, some people it changed their mind, then some people it didn't. Yeah. And I don't even know that him being indicted is going to change people's minds. No, but I think at some point there's been a crime committed. Yeah. And if we're going to always be the ones that champion how valuable black women are and value how black women are treated, then shouldn't that start with black girls? So where's our value for them? And why are we not out here in the streets championing them? Yeah. So that's the thing to me. Whether or not you believe all the things you heard or not, the fact that the victims in most of these issues were young black girls, that's alarming to me that we as a community just really didn't, get up in arms. But that's another story for maybe another video.
I don't think that everybody on there lied, but like I said, I separate the younger girls from the older women that he had sex with. So when you talk about the young girls that were between 13 and 17 years old, and then you talk about the women that were in their 20s and their 30s and some late 30s, I separate the two because at that point, when you're older, you're making a decision. When you're younger, you're influenced. So that comment, I just couldn't rock with that. But it's like, we're going to wrap this video up, but I just think that, like Bill Cosby, you have to give an account for what you do. Like, I say this all the time, and my mom said this to me when I was younger. You think you're getting away, but you're just getting by. And he thought he was going to get away with this. And he thought that it was going to last, and he was going to be able to do whatever he wanted to do. But now his bell is rung. Now they're coming for him. Now they're going to get him. Like they did OJ. They didn't get him on killing Nicole, but they got him on stealing his stuff back from I don't know who the people were, but they got him on those charges. They gonna get R. Kelly on something. It might not be this, cause this might not stick, but they gonna get him on something.
Well, I mean, that's yet to come. That's yet to come, and time will tell. I believe, like, I mean, you're gonna find that, you know, we're out here on YouTube. You're gonna find people with all kind of different opinions. Like, what you think is what you think. You only reveal yourself when you do stuff like that. As far as, you know, the ages, like, I think once there's an age of consent, and once you breach that age of consent, if you're below that age of consent, you're committing a crime. And, you know, whether that's your preference or like people, like his brother framed it, it's a preference, blah, blah, blah. Hey,
Oh, man,
you
he was
commit a crime, you know, and you smart enough to record it. Just like we're talking about Jussie Smollett, like he was smart enough to write a check. Like, if you're gonna write a check and leave a trail, you're gonna record it and keep the videos for 20 years. You have to imagine that stuff is gonna resurface. But I mean, I guess stay tuned is all I can say. I'm sure this is gonna be a thing on the internet, and everybody has an opinion. We'll welcome you to give your opinion. Be respectful. You know, that's what I would ask. But you know, we can't control everybody. Anyway, but this was another great video. Just glad to be able to speak on the subject. I'm sure everybody has opinion.
Yeah.
Rate the video, comment, subscribe. We'll be glad to hear from you, even if we don't agree with you.
Right.
But that's all I got.
That's it. Till the next time.
Till the next time.
Peace.
See ya.